I want you to picture this. Sleek Lamborghinis parked behind high walls, a gleaming Bentley rolling out of a gated driveway, mansions that seem more like palaces standing silent under the African sun, and a lavish party boat bobbing at a marina, all frozen in place, seized by law enforcement. This isn't a movie. It's one of South Africa's most shocking revelations of corruption. I'm talking about the R326 million hospital tender scandal tied to Hangwani Morgan Maumela, described in media as President Cyril Ramaphosa's nephew, by a prior marriage. What happened, how we got here, what it tells us about corruption, and what might be next, this is the story we'll unpack today. To understand the significance, we need to go back, trace how this alleged scheme grew, who raised red flags, and how state institutions responded or failed to respond. Only then can we grasp responsibility, possibility for reform, and what the future might hold. Hangwani Maumela is a businessman. Media reports link him through a past family connection to President Ramaphosa. Whether directly involved or just associated, Maumela is alleged to be at the heart of a syndicate that defrauded the state, particularly the Gauteng Department of Health, of over R326 million in procurement and tender fraud at Tembisa Hospital. From January 2019 through August 2022, the syndicate allegedly manipulated procurement, awarded tenders improperly, inflated costs, and diverted funds meant for medical supplies or infrastructure. The money is said to have funded luxury lifestyles, mansions, high-end cars for Lamborghinis, a Bentley, and even a party boat are among the assets the state is now targeting. A key figure in exposing this was Babita Deokaran, a senior official in the Gauteng Department of Health, who in 2021 flagged abuses in hospital supply chain and procurement. Not long after she lodged a report, she was assassinated. Her findings triggered deeper audits by National Treasury. On August 14, 2025, the Asset Forfeiture Unit, working under the NPA, obtained a court order to freeze assets linked to Maumela's alleged syndicate, valued at about R326 million. Then, on August 27th, a second preservation order froze further assets connected to a related syndicate worth at least R47 million. What exactly was seized? Reports say upmarket properties, luxury homes, supercars including 4 Lamborghinis and a Bentley, plus a lavish boat and other high-value assets. One side sees this as a triumph, exposing state capture, holding people accountable, recovering state resources. Whistleblowers, auditors, and journalists deserve credit because, without them, these irregularities might still be hidden. The Asset Forfeiture Unit's move shows the state can act decisively, even against well-connected individuals. Freezing assets is a major legal tool. Even before a criminal verdict, it prevents movement or dissipation of suspect property. For citizens, corruption in health systems has real consequences. When hospitals lack medicine or infrastructure fails, the cost isn't just financial, it's lives. But other perspectives question how deep accountability goes. Freezing assets is only a first step. Will the evidence hold up in court? Will prosecutions succeed? Or will cases drag on, settle quietly, or collapse under technicalities? Corruption cases often suffer from weak documentation, political interference, or delays. Another concern: the link to Ramaphosa. Media reports emphasize the family connection. The president has denied knowing Maumela in a way that suggests complicity. Critics argue that even implicit associations, nepotism, influence, proximity, can erode public trust. How transparent is the explanation from the presidency? How rigorous is the investigation of any political links? These are the questions people are asking. Then there's the institutional angle. Babita Deokaran's assassination looms large, not just as tragedy, but as a warning about the risks whistleblowers face. Her findings tipped off deeper investigations. That raises the question: how safe are those who speak out? South Africa has a strong constitution, independent judiciary, strong media, but enforcement has often been the weak link. Investigative journalism remains essential. The uncovering of this syndicate shows that leaks, internal audits, and forensic accounting are still the best tools to expose corruption. Looking forward, there are a few possible trajectories. One scenario: full accountability. The state convicts those involved. Assets are forfeited. Funds are redirected to hospitals, procurement systems are reformed, whistleblowers are protected, and public trust is partly restored. That is ideal, though difficult. It requires political will, legal rigor, institutional independence, and civil vigilance. Another scenario: partial accountability. Some lower-level players are prosecuted, some assets recovered, but key figures escape. Delays, legal challenges, or plea bargains reduce visible consequences. The public remains skeptical, and abuses may recur. A third scenario: symbolic but ineffective. Assets remain frozen, legal proceedings stall, procurement systems remain weak, future tenders continue to be manipulated, citizens lose faith. What might help steer toward full accountability? Strong legal processes, independent oversight, civil society monitoring, media pressure, political leadership that acts even when implicated, and reforms in procurement law and health sector governance, transparent processes, digital traceability of funds, regular audits, and protection for whistleblowers. Now, what does this say about broader issues? Corruption is not new, especially in healthcare procurement. Desperation, opportunity, weak oversight, and political protection create fertile ground. Each high-profile case risks cynicism but also offers opportunity. Visible accountability can shift norms, deter misconduct, and improve systems. Public trust is fragile. Governments, once seen as custodians of resources, risk appearing complicit if allegations aren't addressed. International reputation matters too. Foreign investment, donor funds, partnerships depend on perceptions of governance. In conclusion, the seizures in the Maumela case represent a moment of reckoning. They show how much can be lost through corruption, money, and public faith, and how many lives suffer when hospitals, meant to heal, become arenas of graft. Will this become a turning point? Will those with power enforce accountability, ensuring proceeds of corruption benefit the public? Or will it fade with time? If you've watched this far, stay engaged. Is this proof South Africa is serious about corruption or just window dressing? Should whistleblowers be better protected? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, hit like, share, and ring the bell so you don't miss updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.